What is going on, good people? I know I'm a day late and a dollar short to this rodeo, but Kamala Harris has been on my mind, so that shouldn't surprise any of you, especially those of you who know me in real life. She finally broke down and gave an interview, if you want to call it that, to her good buddies over at CNN. And I think at this point, you'd have to be just blind, deaf, and dumb to be ignorant of the fact that most of the mainstream media is an arm of the Democratic Party and has been for a while. They don't even attempt objective journalism anymore. It's just a never ending stream of op ed pieces and fawning over whatever leftist politician du jour happens to be in the headlines that day. So you can imagine my surprise, sort of, when CNN airs this pre recorded train wreck of an interview in which, for 18 minutes, it was Kamala. Now, bear in mind, she had quite a while to prepare for this. They no doubt sent her the questions in advance, so she had time to practice them. She had time to rehearse. She had time to even drum up a bullshit narrative to go along with it. And she still fell flat on her face to the point that even the leftist mainstream media was kind of piling on her about it and dragging her for it, and rightfully so. At this point, the Democratic Party, especially as it pertains to Kamala Harris, are hiding her platform and hiding her policies because they know that they're not going to be terribly popular with the country, especially given the state of things right now with the economy, with immigration, with health care, with just basically our quality of life in general. They know that she is a colossal liability, but she's all they've got. So they are attempting to turn her weakness into a strength. And if you're unfamiliar with that concept, I forget the name of the marketing guru back in the day, but they figured out that, well, if you don't have a strength, just play up your weaknesses like they are one, like with Volkswagen. The Volkswagen Beetle, when it was marketed, it wasn't marketed as being powerful or feature rich, but it was marketed as being cheap and reliable. And to that end, they sold a ton of them. So now the Democratic Party and the mainstream media are trying this with Kamala Harris. They're trying to sell us a bill of goods and sell us that she's something that she isn't, which is genuine, authentic, and that she cares about anything other than Kamala Harris and her power. As I watched this debacle of an interview, and I don't know if you noticed, but it didn't take her very long to go into Orange Man Bad. She just basically let off with the first question was, more or less from her good buddy Dana Bash, whatever the hell her name is. What was going to be her day one agenda? Basically, and I'm paraphrasing badly, but it's like, well, all the stuff that's bad, we're going to work on making that good, especially for the working class Americans. And then she proceeded, basically blame Trump for everything that was wrong in the world. Well, anyway, getting back to the whole making a weakness into a strength, the narrative now is that Kamala is running a vibe campaign. At first, I'm like, what the hell is a vibe campaign? And then I realized, oh yeah, she's trying to cash in on the cult of personality. Basically, there's a certain percentage of the people that are going to vote for her, not only because she's a woman, because she's a woman of color. They don't give two shits about policy. They don't give two lumpy turds about anything that's going to have any real and important effects on the way we live our lives. But they're just going to vote for her just because, right? And those people are idiots, and they really shouldn't be allowed to vote. But that's a whole other thing. But Kamala, if you're going to run a vibe campaign, you have to be relatable, and you're not. You have to be authentic, and she can't even keep the same accent from one city to the next in the same day. Here, check this out.
Here you have two clips, one from Detroit. This is
Oh, and shout out to Professor Nez of Nez Nation. Absolutely love the guy. He's brilliant. He's funny. He's just an inspiration.
Literally the same day. One in Detroit and then one in Pittsburgh. Watch this.
Watch this.
You better thank a union member for sick leave. You
Yes,
better thank
Queen.
a union member for paid leave.
You better.
Thank a union member for vacation time. Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave. Thank unions for your vacation time.
What on earth was that?
You see what I'm saying? She goes from Foghorn Leghorn to Hillary Clinton within a matter of hours. The woman is a liability. I don't have the video brought up. Actually, let me go ahead and pause this recording for a moment. And not that you're going to know, but I am going to pause it. And I'm going to bring up this other video. Give me just a moment. Okay, so check this out. Kamala Harris was on the tarmac today, and she was going to board her plane, I guess in between campaign stops. And of course, there's going to be reporters there, members of the press. Kamala is violently allergic to answering questions. We figured this out at this point. She doesn't want to talk to the people. She doesn't want to acknowledge the people. And she damn straight does not want to be held accountable. So check this noise out.
This looks so ridiculous. And even if it wasn't, can I tell who? Even if she actually had a phone call,
just a quick wave.
It was scheduled then. It was created for this moment.
And see, she had earbuds in. That's what's funny. She has earbuds in. She's going to be on the phone. And she literally runs into the plane. She is terrified of answering questions. That should tell you the President of the United States of America, of all people on this planet, should never be afraid to answer questions, should not fear being held accountable. Kamala Harris, she ain't having it.
Moment so she could avoid having to answer a question from the press.
Watch this.
She's terrified of them, even though they love her.
She gets to the top.
Even though their whole mission right now is to get her elected.
Man.
That's how afraid she is.
She should be afraid. She should be afraid. And y'all, I don't see any way this woman wins in November. I don't. She is so unlikable, so unrelatable, so disingenuous and unauthentic. And you could just tell by the way she carries herself that she thinks she is way up here and the rest of us are just dirt. She only pretends to have any sort of affection for us when she needs us every 4 years. But, you know, that's a typical career politician for you. Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious. And this whole vibe campaign, I don't think anybody's buying it. I think the Democratic Party and Kamala are on full-blown panic mode at this point. They're just throwing a metric ton of shit at the wall and hoping some of it sticks at this point. Anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. So take it easy.